What's up, Council of Comics? It's me, Cliff, and Green Shirt Guy, and we're going to bring you this week's comics. Stay tuned. All right, Council, this week, are we buying a ton of books? Or are we buying a ton of garbage? Find out after the break.
Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845. Bro.
All right, everybody. It's me, Cliff, or Cliff NY, Clifford, New York, depending on if you follow me on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter, I guess. And of course, we got Green Shirt Guy.
What's up?
AKA Ronaldo. And Sam is not with us this week because he's in the motherland of Puerto Rico, having a great time.
Drinking the coquito straight from the tree.
Yeah, for real. Right out of the coconut. He's drinking the original coquito, the giant coconut. You know, him and Kamari are walking around like, it's amazing. You know, is that another fried food vendor? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right.
You know, and we're here. Merry holidays, people. How was your Christmas?
It was interesting. I'll just say that.
As
Christmases go, I give it about a 6, but you know, it was still Christmas.
I have just told people that the new normal is a Christmas full of ups and downs. That's it. Right?
Well, it's always been, but it's always that way.
No, usually... but no, because like when I look back, there are Christmases that were like a great Christmas. Sure. Right. And it was like, that was such a great year. That was such a great day. Right. And now I did have a great Christmas day, but that doesn't mean that I was not surrounded by Christmas challenges. Right. Sure. So now it's like Christmas melancholia. Right. Like where it's like, this was so great. I love my gifts. It's like, I hate being single. I miss my father and other terrible things that happened this year. And it's like, thanks for putting Christmas at the end of the year. Like, I can't with these holidays. Like, someone did this like on purpose. It's like, let's mess with Americans forever. Let's just have all these holidays back to back. Do you know what my uncle in Canada told me? He's like, we did it right. We have Thanksgiving when it's supposed to be had. Historically. He goes, that's why we have it in early October, and that gives us 2 months to digest and process what's going on and handle Christmas. You guys have it all wrong.
We got Halloween right after it, so.
They only just started doing Halloween like the last 15 years.
Oh, okay.
I
always remember celebrating Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, because my mom's from Canada.
Yes.
And it's always right around her birthday.
Well, that's cute.
So when you know, if we happen to be visiting when it was going on, it was like Mom's birthday, and then the next night we'd have turkey or whatever.
That is very nice, very nice. But yeah, no, we did like a couple
because it's Columbus Day weekend too, right? Isn't it usually that?
Sometimes, right?
Yeah, okay.
So like, there's another holiday too that like falls into place. Like, I think our Veterans Day and their Remembrance Day lines up.
It's close. I think Veterans Day is first week in November, but it's close.
Yeah, but what happened is one year, Veterans Day fell on a Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so did Remembrance Day, and it was a long weekend, and that's when we happened to have my sister's wedding that weekend. Back in 1992. So it was perfect because everybody was like, it's a holiday weekend. Great.
Right,
so
right.
Everybody was able to show up. There was like 200 and something guests at that wedding.
Nice.
Like, how did that even to this day, I'm like, I don't even understand how that happened. And it was a small wedding for something. Because the same place that hosted my sister's wedding hosted a bigger wedding for one of my mom's friends' kids that my mom went to, and she said, oh my God, you thought our wedding was out of control. This thing was insane. And ours was pretty insane. I'll never forget the Canadians. We had the cocktail hour going, and you're walking around the room and enjoying things, and there's like a carving station or whatever. And if you have not been to too many weddings, right, especially at a very big catering hall, you wouldn't know, right? So everyone thought this was the dinner. There's all these
Oh, is that right?
right. So then the wall is a folding panel wall,
Sure.
and it starts to retract and open up and expose the dining room and the ballroom
And all the tables, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right, all the tables. And my uncle goes, "Holy shit, he's like, that's the wedding reception."
Right.
And it was beautiful. We had a live band for my sister. And it was like really funny, right? Because it was a live band and we didn't know what to do. My sister was a very big Madonna fan back then, and my mom had the live band perform Vogue.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
And it was like, and I mean, it was just great because you've never heard a live band perform Vogue, right? It was so cool. And they did it. Like, I just think because, it was like a live band and like a lot of it was like beautiful classical music. And then they started doing a few modern songs and it was like, holy cow, where'd they get like these guys? And like, they just knew to do it. It was so great. And of course, my mom wanted a few Latin songs in there too. And they just knocked it out of the park, know? And, I mean, it was a really big deal. Like, you got to understand, like, going back in time, 1992, there was no internet for the common folk. You had to rely on the yellow
Almost
pages.
no cell phones back then either.
No cell phones.
Well, there were some, but it wasn't as prevalent as
right. No, my mom had a car phone. My mom had the car phone, which of course was a cell phone.
I had a car phone, but it was a flip phone as well. It was a brick with this little teeny piece of plastic that flipped off the front. And my car phone was a speaker that was kind of bolted in the dash so I could snap my phone into.
No, my mom's car phone was the literal phone bolted into the area where you would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And and it was, I mean, it looked great because it was a used 735i, right? Which was super gorgeous back then. So it was my mom, it was like, oh my God, right? And so, and the fact that my mom had a car phone, so whenever like I picked up a buddy to go do something, like if we were going bowling or whatever, and they're like, where did your mom get this car? And I was like, she got it used.
Now,
it's amazing.
Did you have the telephone antenna on top of the car to get everything?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not telephone. I mean, like, it was probably like 9 feet tall, sticking off the roof.
How about it looked like a boomerang?
Oh, I do remember those.
Right. So and people were like, oh my God, is your mom rich? And I was like, no, she haggled for this thing.
Right. I remember that one. I remember the first cell phone that I saw was long story short, my mom's father owned a couple businesses when I was a small child. It was a farming community owned. He had an electrician, kind of business. He was an electrician. So he would go around to the different farms and do that. But he also owned a funeral home. So, and it was the only one in town. So if anybody needed to get a hold of him when they would visit, at one point, initially what they did was they just forwarded all the phone calls to our house if someone would call. I think it rang funky different, but anyway. And that eventually he decided to get a cell phone, and I swear to God, it was a piece of luggage. It was probably this, like if I can back up enough, it was like this tall, so big, and there was just a little handset off the top of it. But this was the battery.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was. We've been through.
And then he had like this 9-foot antenna sticking out of the back windshield of his car.
Yeah, we have been through many modern marvels in the last 30 years. Like, holy cow.
Real. Which makes me wonder in 30, 40 years, the way technology, I mean, obviously they always say it doubles every 18 months or something like that, but
5 years. 5
Is
years.
it 5 years?
Yeah, it's more.
But even still, what's going to be? Oh, you remember that way back when? That's nothing now.
Yeah, but here's like the sad thing, right? Moore's law used to be incredibly accurate, and we've slowed down.
Sure.
Right. So and it's funny, right? So I was watching The Holiday with my mom last night and my nieces, or at least one of my nieces, because we ended up. It was one of those things where we watched Last Holiday with Queen Latifah because nobody remembered seeing it. And I was like, I love this movie. And then we watched The Holiday. And in The Holiday, flat panel computer screens are there.
Wow.
But the home office is a thing. The lavish DVD collection DVD player is there.
DVD player, which was like,
Right.
That was also huge too.
Right. All the prominent cell phones in the movie are a BlackBerry.
Oh wow. Okay, I remember those. Yep.
Right. And
when the StarTAC was the big thing. It was in every single movie for a while.
Yeah, let's not even, because that was one of the ones I used to have at my college age, right?
Oh, is that right? Okay.
So like, but the thing is, Google was prominent. The plot was based on home swapping, and now we do Airbnb like nothing. So it's like the fact that like it's this perfect bubble of where we were entering the cusp of the age we're in now, right? But if you watch a movie from 2012, you know, with the iPhones and the Samsungs that are present in those movies, and people Googling stuff and people setting up, you know, an Airbnb trip, and all around 2012 to now, that all starts to become very commonplace.
Sure.
You know, and basically you only start to think about what year the movie's in based on what the cameras look like on the phones when you're looking at the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really funny. And by the way, speaking of that being funny, I just watched Glass Onion, and everybody's got to say, almost everybody has a Samsung phone.
I just watched that this morning. It's funny you say
right.
that.
You notice there's all these Samsung phones are in that movie, right? So I was like,
and they make a point of basically showing you the Google screen how many times in that movie. Yeah.
Well,
okay, I got
but
it.
They used
Google Pay,
but they made it. They made it a plot device, and that's very.
No, they
cool.
did, which was great. But yeah, it's just kind of funny. It was like initially the first couple times I'm like, no, I got it. You're the one that paid to be in this movie, but.
Right, but then, no, it was bigger than that. It was like, oh no, it's a plot device. You're like, oh shit, like this is like it.
So what did you think of it?
I liked it particularly. I thought Janelle Monáe was amazing.
I thought she was good. I didn't like the end. I thought the end kind of lost some steam.
It got like crazy, but then I realized like it was its own murder mystery thing.
And I'm fine with it being self-contained, or it could carry on from here. That's fine too. I just thought it was well done, and obviously he's the smartest guy in the room, and he figures it all out. But like the very end just seemed kind of anticlimactic for me. I was like, really? That okay? I get it, but I mean, still kind of like, yeah.
I'm with you. I mean, I did feel that way.
But having said that, I loved it. And I would watch it again.
Yeah, but it wasn't entirely anticlimactic. It's just that it went like.
Well, maybe not anticlimactic. Maybe not satisfying. The ending wasn't satisfying for me.
Yeah, and I mean it kind of was, but it wasn't in the traditionals. It kind of went off a little bit off the rails.
It did.
But I mean, it contained itself, right?
It did. Like, well, and it's funny too because you watch movies and I try to be, especially with a movie like that, I try to be very open-minded, let things happen, just enjoy the ride. But there's a couple moments I'm like, oh, you wrote that earlier in the movie just so you could do this. And I don't know it's fully earned, especially without, I don't want to give anything away if anybody hasn't seen it, no spoilers, but the part where she runs across the room to do the thing.
Yeah.
The thing that she does, fully, that's the only reason that plot device is in the movie. So they can do that
but they do torture us with it throughout the movie.
Oh, which should have been a clue that you knew was going to happen at the end.
No,
I
kind of had
exactly. A feeling for the first time.
I had a feeling because it was like it kept going, even when the power went out, it was still happening.
Yes,
like it was on its own special battery. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, come on, like so. No,
And this is funny because I'm watching the movie and I really think Ed Norton basically played himself. You know what I mean?
No,
like, he's Norton, not well liked.
That may be true, but Ed Norton he's
a great actor, but it was funny because I felt like he was almost the character he was playing was him.
No, because he's a lot more serious and sensitive of a person. Like I remember he went to do an interview on Ellen. I think he went to promote a movie, but he wanted to talk about like saving the turtles and all of this. Actually, no, maybe it was a documentary he did to save the turtles, and so like, and the thing is like the only story I know of, there's two, right? But one makes more sense than the other. But there's only two stories I know where he was like difficult to work with, right? And one movie was super wildly intense, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. And the other one was the Hulk because he cared too much. So in both cases, I understand because like one was like mentally taxing, and then the Hulk. I mean, I don't know how mentally taxing the Hulk was, but I know he wanted it to be the greatest movie possible, and the studio was like, "Oh my god, could you please stop it?"
Sure.
All right. That said, movie's fun. Check it out. It's a Netflix original.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Glass
No.
Onion.
And they're already planning on number 3. When
Well, no,
when
they paid
Netflix-
they paid a small
paid for
fortune
2,
to
yeah.
to do a series of his movies that follow Knives Out. Because it's the same detective. All right, so let's see. Let's load up Key Collector. Maybe.
You had it before. I saw it.
I was gonna say I know it exists. Why wouldn't it exist now? There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
There it is. All right. So in Key Collector, this is the Hot 10 this week. We got The Demon #1 from August of 72. It's the first appearance of Etrigan, first appearance of Morgan Le Fay. It's funny that she's the sister of Madame Xanadu. I never even thought about that. First appearance of Randu Singh. The sales for it have been up. I mean, I went to go look up some sales for it. I did find a few in the $100 range, but they are all like not very pristine.
Are they planning on using any of those characters in upcoming movies or something? Is that why?
There's rumors about the Demon, so of
okay.
course people are thinking. Web of Spider-Man 118 still up there. First appearance of Ben Reilly as Scarlet Spider. Batman 234 reintroduction of Two-Face.
Right on.
Oh wow! In World's Finest 173, Batman appears as Two-Face, and that was in 68. But Two-Face as the character hadn't been seen since 54.
That's crazy.
Very crazy. Fantastic 453, first appearance of Claw. Second appearance of Black Panther. First appearance of T'Chaka, Black Panther's father. First mention of vibranium metal.
That's a big book. That's a big book to get then.
That is a big book. And in the high range of 615, which is almost reasonable for those of you who
I don't know if I had the money, maybe.
If you had a Christmas bonus, I mean, it's something you can spend your money on.
If you can find one, because
Yes, and I was gonna say there's one we can find right in Anthony's store, but not of that, of another book that we're coming to. Strange Adventures 205, first appearance and origin of Deadman, and he's on the cover too.
I don't like that character. I think he's stupid.
I don't think he's the worst. I
think he's got an interesting backstory or origin, but I really just don't care.
I don't feel like he's very well executed. Did you remember when they used him on Justice League Unlimited?
No.
Okay, so
usually when he shows up, I kind of tune. It's not.
Oh man,
I'm just like,
no. The Justice League Unlimited episode where he shows up is excellent.
Okay.
Right, and the show's version of Black Manta, I think it was Devil Ray, and he's going to kill somebody, and Deadman jumps into Batman's body and shoots him dead. You've got to watch that episode. It is so good, and Batman is so furious. Right?
Yeah, well, it breaks his code.
No, I mean, and that's what makes the episode like, and the whole episode is like weird, and there actually something so comic book hilarious takes place before that, and then it turns so dramatic for that final moment, and you're like, what just happened? Like it's Justice League Unlimited always had great episodes. It's among many. All right, but Omega Man #3, you can find that at Anthony's store currently.
You definitely can. I remember scanning some of these.
Yes, and it's the first appearance of Lobo. People keep mentioning Lobo. It could be Jason Momoa. We shall see. Batman Adventures #12. I remember my friend found this in a dollar bin once.
Really?
Yes. And look at it. The first appearance of Harley in a comic, it's like 1.2 thousand.
I mean, look at the 9.2, what it sold for.
Yeah, the 9.2 sold for $741. Incredible.
That's a book I wish I had, honestly. But
we all wish we had it. Some of us
I think I might have a facsimile of it, but it's not worth nearly the same.
I have the facsimile too. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons #1 from 1988. The first ongoing comic featuring Dungeons and Dragons. And of course, the Chris Pine movie is coming out.
Oh, is that right? I don't think I knew that.
You didn't know about the Chris Pine movie?
No, I didn't know they were doing one.
Dude, it's coming soon too.
Is it coming to theaters, or are they doing it
to
direct to
theaters.
I might be in for that. I like Chris Pine.
It is kind of cool.
I always forget that
And-
Chris Pine's father is the guy from Chips and then pops back
It's
in.
so weird, right? You're like, what?
Well, and then you see him and you're like, oh, of course it's his father.
It's coming March 31st of 2023.
Yeah, I might be in for that. Who else is it? Oh, it looks like it's got a decent cast too.
Yes. Oh my God, yo, Hugh Grant is so funny. So everybody played D&D.
He's got to be like the narrator, right?
No, he's like a king or something.
Oh, is that right?
And but Hugh Grant is like, yeah, I didn't play Dungeons and Dragons with them. And they're like, why? He's like, that's scary. Dragons are scary. This stuff is scary. They're like, but you're in the movie. He goes, yeah, but I don't have to see the special effects. I don't have to look at any of that stuff. And I'm like, oh, Hugh Grant, you are just too much. By the way, how cute was it that he's in Knives Out for a few seconds?
Yes. Yes.
So cool.
Oh, and what's his name too? When he shows up, when Ethan Hawke shows up for his little
yes,
cameo, he was great.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know what you're doing here, but cool, dude.
Did you see The Gentleman, the Guy Ritchie movie?
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Grant was great in that too.
He was
playing kind of a different character for him.
I love that he's just not afraid to jump into whether it's like really funny and absurd or like dark. Like he's like, all right,
well,
I'll try it.
He's at a point in his career which is great. I don't know if I can think of a time until recently where he didn't take himself too seriously. I think earlier in his career he was like, I'm going to be the next Hollywood leading man, and then he kind of had his fall from grace, and then realized just have fun with it.
Well, I think like part of that isn't like your personal drive. I think it's the way people start treating you, right? When they're
I
like,
don't disagree, but I think sometimes these actors buy into that, and I think because of what happened to him, I think he's like, I'm in for the ride, whatever it is now.
That may be true. Listen, I felt even with his little fall from grace, tiny fall from grace, really, all of that, I feel like he handled a lot of it really well.
However, it was big at the time.
I know, but when you look at it now, it's like,
well, because but the first person through the door always takes the shots.
That's true. Him and Eddie Murphy.
Although a lot of people forget the Eddie Murphy one a lot more.
Right, even though it's literally the same thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Hilarious. All right. New Teen Titans #2. First appearance of Deathstroke the Terminator. First appearance and death of his son, Ravager. First appearance of Wintergreen, Deathstroke's mentor. First cameo appearance of Trigon as the set of demonic eyes. This could be a standalone project for Joe Manganiello, but what's the odds of that at this point? Who knows?
Well, depends on what gun in his buddy.
There are rumors only that Zack Snyder's wife has been called in for an emergency meeting this week at WB.
Okay.
Because as much I don't know, man. The thing is, I don't know. When it comes to Hollywood crap, I don't know how to read the room, So that's very interesting.
Well, and I think sometimes they leak stuff to throw everybody off the case because they.
They also, I think they want to gauge fan reaction a little bit too, right?
No, absolutely.
So if they're like, "Wow, people are really going berserk," oh man. That said, look, the Addams Family #1.
Yeah, I have no interest in buying this book, but it's one of those.
That may be well and good, but
if you found it if I came across it, accidentally going through stuff, I wouldn't, chuck it. But
also, the show Wednesday is exceptionally popular.
Yeah, it's probably why that's.
No, that is the reason it's here because it's the first appearance of the Addams Family as a comic book. And we all know Wednesday is like one of the best stream shows on Netflix like ever. It's like Wednesday and Stranger Things, and the Sandman. Like I think it's like those.
Did Sandman do well? I didn't watch it.
Sandman did very well, and yes, season 2 is coming.
Okay.
And yes, you should watch it, and do not revisit any of the stuff before going into it.
I didn't read it.
Good.
So watching the trailer, and I was like, yeah. I'll be perfectly honest. Some of that demonic and spiritual stuff. For me, I really have to pick and choose because that stuff sticks with me and it will really bother me. So watching the trailer, I was like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, there's a few things in here that can touch you, but none of it is too much. And the only demonic thing that happens, and it's told in a way that isn't like he goes to hell to fight for a piece of his equipment, and he ends up in a word battle, which is straight out of the comics, a story battle with Lucifer.
Okay.
And it's one of my favorite Sandman comic stories, and it's one of my favorite episodes of that series that we have so far. And the fact that like there's several standalone episodes that just are amazing. Like most Netflix shows, like you gotta like find your footing, but every episode I didn't feel like I had to work hard to find the footing, right? But then when we got to the word battle episode, which I loved, I was like, oh man, like that's it. Like I'm sure that this has cemented how I feel. And then every episode after that, I was like, wow, this is doing its absolute best to adapt the material for Netflix. You know, and I do believe he actually was showrunner on this, so he got to make all the decisions. And when I saw him live talking about his work, because Good Omens was the first time he got to be showrunner on anything, and he talked about the importance of being a writer and getting to make decisions, right? And he goes, in a lot of things you've seen, he goes, I can guarantee you they don't work because they made changes and never discussed it with the writer. And he's like, and he goes, and being a showrunner, I had the opportunity to make the changes that were necessary. Right? So they're like, oh, we're gonna go over budget. It's crazy. We got to cut the rain scene. This is in Good Omens. He's like, we're not cutting the rain scene. We're gonna cut this other thing. Oh, but the other thing's so cute. He goes, that's cute. This is integral to the story.
Right. That's it.
Right. He's like, we lose that, we keep the rain scene. And I was like, and I'm listening to him talking about it on stage. And I'm like, wow. But then I watched the series on Amazon Prime, and I'm like, oh, the rain scene. This is it. And I'm like, oh, man. Like, I was like, yo, the dude is really as brilliant as you think he is. It's great. All right. So that was the hot 10 of this week, according to our friends at Key Collector. Remember, it's $19.99 for a whole year. They don't pay us for this. I'm just sharing.
They do not. I don't know why we keep getting so much.
Because I paid the $19.99.
So maybe they'll kick your years back.
Yeah, maybe. I'm like, come on, guys. So keys this week for the week of 12/28. We start with a pick that I know is one of Sam's, Timeless #1.
I don't know. I'm iffy on this one. I mean, I know this is one of those books I look at. I'm like, I should buy it because it's probably going to go up in price once the movies come out next year.
Yep.
But I don't know if I have any interest, to be honest with
you. Mirrodin and the Twilight Court first appearance, whoever they are.
Everything's first appearance.
Wow! Look at this.
I mean, I like that cover. I love Dotson's work, but
beautiful
again,
cover.
I still don't know if I want it. Who's that? Who did that one?
Doesn't say, of course.
Okay.
This is a cute variant, and I can see. Oh, it's Todd.
It's interesting.
I'm sure Sam wants it.
I like that one.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. And this one, it's just these are all regular variants. Oh wait, this is the 125 to Terry Dotson's 150.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh geez. All right. Well, isn't it great how fast my computer screen is? I'm like, oh my God. We're moving back and forth. I'm so happy. Murder World Spider-Man #1. Contestants compete for their lives as multiple versions of Spider-Man hunt them down in Arcade's Murder World.
I don't like Arcade. I just don't. I think.
Well, I've been enjoying these. I got to tell you, mostly because like they're just fun and weird, right? And you're right. Like I have a weird feeling with characters like Arcade and Mojo, but let me just tell you, this is like the weird thing by it being its own thing. It's more interesting.
Sure.
Right. And also the expectations, like having a bar of expectations just isn't there, Like when I pick up Avengers for any chapter of Avengers Forever, like I am expecting it to move the Avengers Forever story, right? Sure. I'm like, this is gonna be Jason Aaron's magnum opus. I'm like, there's no pressure.
Man, I liked his what was it? the War of the Realms. I thought he did a great job on that.
I did too.
Took forever to get there, but I thought he
Yeah.
did a great job.
I'm just so sad. Like, I read a lot of people online who just hate his Avengers. And I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure it is not the worst Avengers run I've ever read.
No.
You know? But whatever. All right, Dr. Aphra, number 27, is a key of the week according to Jim Comics.
I'll be getting it. I always get
Yeah,
this.
I know. I mean, it's a good book, but like, why is it a key of the week for Jim Comics? Like, why are we giving them credit? Who are they?
Don't tell us why.
Yeah. Book of Slaughter, number 1. It's by Boom, it looks like.
I feel like I love that cover. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. One shot featuring Maxine Slaughter. Guidebook explores the lore of the Order of St. George.
I might have to get it. I have all of the somebody's killing the children.
Yeah.
So I probably should get it.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 1. Series 2. It is their second team up. 5 issues, second team up of Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles.
And
There's a variant. Oh, that's interesting.
so they're going to do a bunch of those, I bet, for each Ranger going forward.
I'm assuming, yes. And then we've got Action Comics 1050. The 2 years of Superman stories come to a head in this oversized anniversary issue that launches Superman and the DCU into an exciting new era that I hope doesn't make me puke. The one in 25 is Super Lex. Is that? I can't make out is that John Boy?
I can't tell.
It might be.
Is this another Brainiac story? That is
no. I don't think so.
That is John Boy Myers.
Yeah. Steve Rude variant. Michael Alfred variant. Jeez. And it's like, look, it's like all the famous Superman cover poses like rolled out.
Of course, right?
This one is Ariel Colon. Oh, which is like a remake of Superman number 1 from the 80s with the first Metallo. Oh, and this one's by Dan Parent of Archie fame.
A straw.
The straw. Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City number 3 issue includes the redeemable code for the game, blah, blah, blah.
Do you know anybody that's reading that other than they get the codes for the game?
No, I think people are only buying it for the codes for the game.
And it's funny because if you're playing that game, how many issues is this going? What, 6? Or is it 12?
I think it's 7th item unlocked if you get all 6 issues.
So what you do is you wait another 3 months and you buy the trade and they give you all of them. Because that's what they did with the Fortnite one.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, I mean, if you wanted to buy them individually so you could play it as you're going, great. But you can wait and just get all of them. You know they'll do it again.
They probably will. Blue Beetle Graduation Day number 2. First full appearance of the Yellow Beetle. Because there was a cameo in issue 1. Let's see the variant. Interesting. I don't love it. I don't hate it.
Love it either.
Harley Quinn number 25. Multiverse issue.
It's crazy to me that that's at 25 again already.
It happens.
Oh, I know. I mean, remember when they did at the end of the last run? I think it went to 75 in there, something like that. Yeah. Like, oh, we're gonna take a break from her for a while. We're not gonna touch. And then like 3 months later, they started a new run. So here we are again. And don't get me wrong. I collect Batman. And I collect Harley. So like, I have them. I'm gonna keep collecting. It's wild to me that it's at 25 again already.
This one's interesting. John Stewart, The Emerald Knight, number 1. It is a $6 one shot where John Stewart becomes the Emerald Knight.
You can miss me for $6. I'm sorry.
I mean, I really like John Stewart and I like Green Lanterns, and I haven't read a good Green Lantern story in a while. I'll flip through it and I'll make my decision after. The Nice House on the Lake, number 12. Final issues, the series finale. If nothing else, that's why you pick it up. An excellent DC Black Label story. Tales from Earth-6, a celebration of Stan Lee, a one-shot featuring characters created by Stan Lee, inspired by the Justice League. Also, the first appearance of the Choker. Killy, I am going to pick it up because Jerry Ordway worked on one of the stories. The cover's gorgeous. It's like, it is Stan's creation. I think this is a nice way to remember him. At $10. But you know what?
Right. Well, right.
We talked about this. The $10 ones are always a good pick because so few people want to buy them.
True. And then, yeah. And so then yours is worth more because nobody has it.
Yeah. Oh, and a favorite of mine, Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazons, number 3. And we got variants too. Look at this. This is Yannick Paquette. Beautiful.
No, I always love his artwork.
Gorgeous.
Super nice guy. I met him at New York a few years ago and I talked to him for a few minutes. He's really
The
nice
faux
guy.
leather, the faux leather cover. I love Kelly Sue Dominic so much too. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. And again, it's an $8 book, but the first two were absolutely gorgeous.
Okay.
All Out Avengers number 4 with a solicitation. A new enemy watches from the shadows, so it could be someone's first appearance.
Cameo appearance because they
Yep.
won't show him. Yeah.
Yeah, bare minimum cameo appearance. Amazing Spider-Man 16, part of the Dark Web.
That's all you.
That is all me. But listen, Dodson is doing the art on the last issue in this one, I believe.
Okay.
So, like, the art is gorgeous. So, like, please and thank you.
That character's legs don't make any sense. The top.
Well, I don't want to point out who drew the cover, but you know who drew the cover. and you know how I feel about their legs and ankles and feet. Enough
true.
said.
Yeah, but that one makes no sense. You would think that you would draw that page, flip it over, draw the other.
I don't know.
I know. On this podcast, we're not allowed to speak ill of that person, but
listen. I'm just tired of. And the thing is, he's a lovely, lovely fellow. He really is. I don't ever want to take that away from him. He's lovely. Right. I just really don't care for the artwork.
I like some of his stuff, but some of it looks so rushed.
I don't want to talk about the things in my mind about it. Doctor Strange, Fall Sunrise number 2. Possible full appearance of characters referenced in the solicitation may be introduced.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I would like the first one didn't call me. I feel bad. Savage She-Hulk number 1 facsimile. Hey, if you're really down for it.
That's a pretty iconic cover too.
It really is. For those of you who love young cartoony Spider-Man Double Trouble number 2.
Nah.
First appearance of a female Mysterio.
I like Mysterio. I've always liked his character design. I think he's kind of a goofy character, but I've always liked his character design.
Well, this one should be female, so let's find out. And then Star Wars: The High Republic number 3, first appearance of
2 High Republics this week.
Yes,
this one and then
the Blade.
Yeah.
Star Wars: High Republic: The Blade, origin of Porter Engel and the Blade of Bardota. First appearance of Barash Sylvain, the sister of Porter. I guess it's just nonstop first appearance.
Oh, they have to tell you that's the first appearance of this person when the other one's a brand new character. So, of course, it's the first appearance.
Yep. There's the variant by David Baldion.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Very nice. Strange Academy Finals number 3. It's the Strange Academy versus Gaslamp.
I'll be getting this. And I always get the Ramos cover.
Yeah. I mean, and I've been enjoying Strange Academy for what it is.
Yeah,
it's 1 in 25. That's Davila.
I don't love it. The face on the Demon Baby is kind of creepy. They're kind of weird.
Always. So those are the keys of the week, according to Key Collector. Now moving on to cover price. These are the top keys for cover price. We've got Batman number 77, which I think is the first appearance of Gotham Girl.
No, she's in that run. She's in number 1.
No, this is the death of Alfred.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about this last week. Gotham Girl's first appearance is in Batman number 1 in Tom King's run.
Yeah. All right, we've got Batman Shadow of the Bat. Last Arkham run. Apparently, it's gone up in value. First appearance of Victor Zsasz. Oh,
really? See, I always like Zsasz.
I never thought of this issue being related to that, but now I do.
Interesting.
Master of Kung Fu.
Well, I wonder if they're going to use if there's rumors that he's going to be in the next The Batman, in that trilogy.
That probably is right. Master Kung Fu, first appearance of Death Dealer. Don't know where he may be showing up, but he could be showing up in one of the Disney Plus series. Avengers. Avengers 168. What's it about? Load, damn it. First appearance of the Other as Chthon. Enter Mordred the Mystic. Interesting. Went up in value recently. Okay. And we got New Titans number 2. We already know all about that. We heard about that from Key Collector.
What's the detective one?
Detective 674. That's a Jason Todd. First appearance of Stephanie Brown. Wow. Nice. Currently went up as well. Spawn number 8. It's still only a $4 comic, but it's the first appearance of Vindicator, brother of Violator.
Right on.
Ooh, let me check in on Angela over here. First Angela. It's a $60 book. All right, I'm not surprised. Good. That's how I like it. All right, Strange Tales number 150. Doctor Strange versus Umar. Oh, first appearance of Umar. There we go. The Molten Man in Amazing Spider-Man 28. I'm assuming that's also his first appearance. Yep. Now, where do they think Molten Man is going to show up that his value suddenly shot up? Can you imagine he's in the next Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, right.
X-Men 13 is the first Juggernaut. Web of Spider-Man 24.
That first Vulture?
Second cameo appearance of Eddie Brock Venom. There we go. Thing and Starhawk for the Marvel 2-in-1. Oh, introducing her. First appearance of her, formerly Paragon, later becomes Starduster, Kismet, and Aisha. Wow. First of all, I love Starhawk from Guardians of the Galaxy. I am shocked I don't own this comic. And I'm going to have to go and get this comic. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, $8. I might be able to swing it for eBay.
Right.
All right. Before it becomes a thing. Amazing.
Why is that one shot? I have that book.
Which one? Amazing Spider-Man 1?
Spider-Man, yeah.
All right, let's find out.
What's funny about that book is the
Silk's
Ramos
first appearance.
Oh, is that right?
A cameo first appearance of Silk.
I thought she was her first. Oh yeah, her cameo appearance, right? Her first one's what? Original Sins.
Yes. Oh, a few of my favorites are on here. Ms. Marvel number 1. First appearance and origin of Ms. Marvel Carol Danvers.
I like Carol Danvers.
You do?
I've always liked Carol Danvers. I like her with the short hair better, but that's me. Actually, I liked her back when she had the black suit with the yellow.
Yeah, the Warbird style. Submariner number 5. I'm assuming it's the first Tiger Shark. It's the first Tiger Shark. Ooh.
Not a bad price considering.
No, not considering it's not bad, but it's up there. Sonic the Hedgehog number 1, Sega Genesis 1991.
Are they making a third movie?
I think so, yes.
No, okay.
I have enjoyed both those movies so far.
I couldn't get into them. I wanted to.
Like
playing the game. My sons really love them. I was just like, this is
look.
And I usually like Jim Carrey, but it's just like it's so over the top.
That's the thing. Like it's the correct over the top.
For him, yeah,
yes.
But I've seen him do that so many times. It was like it's Jim doing his same thing again.
I enjoyed it. I remember watching it in the theater with my friend Seth, and when we left, he goes, "You know what? I genuinely expected this to suck, and it didn't suck." And he's like, and Tails shows up at the end. How great is that? And I'm like, I know. So like, we actually left the theater kind of hyped.
Right on.
Raiders of the Lost Ark number 1. I'm assuming it's because it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark in print.
Yeah.
Yep. First Indiana Jones. Oh, Green Lantern 51. Kyle becomes a Lantern. First appearance of Kyle Rayner.
Right on.
Although I feel like there's a cameo of Kyle at the end of 50. Yeah, first appearance of Kyle. Yeah, I know, because at the end, Ganthic just hits the alleyway. He's like, here's your ring. And he's like, I'm a Green Lantern. I love that. Love it. Yeah, this is a more expensive book. I had Ron Lim sign all of these like when I was 17.
Should get them slabbed at CBCS. You can still get them.
Yeah, but you know how I feel.
authenticated.
You know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about that. Thor number 20, God of Hammers. It's
What's
now
that?
$9. First appearance of the God of Hammers. I don't
Okay.
know if I care.
They'll probably use it.
Nope. Go out of Google. Nope. Google bad. Why are we doing this? Go away. Oh, fudge. Come on, cover price.
Uh-oh.
Chop Hot Comics, right?
Yep.
All right. So wait a second. No, this is different.
Top key.
There we go.
Yep.
Top key, yes. All right.
Yeah, there you
So, all right. Man of Steel number 4. I know it's the first modern team up of Batman and Superman. Oh, first appearance of Magpie. All right. Batman villain that she is. Thor 226. Second appearance of Firelord. Interesting. X-Men 134, the Hellfire Club. Jean Grey becomes the Dark
Oh,
Phoenix.
wow.
Great book. Deathstroke the Terminator number 1. I guess the rumors of Deathstroke just keep going.
Oh, it's one of the, it's probably again one of those things we were just saying before where they gauge interest.
Yeah.
As long as people are still going crazy, they don't squash it.
I love this. Of course, I have this Rogue joins the
Of
X-Men.
course you do. Of course you do.
Yep.
I don't have a lot of those old X-Men books. I should start buying some of them when I see them.
Especially now, before it's just impossible to buy them.
Right.
You know,
Well, that's
where you're
what I
like,
started
oh.
doing years ago before their license ran out. I was trying to backfill. It's getting harder now to get all of the Dark Horse Star Wars stuff. Anytime I would see it anywhere, I just buy as much as I could, even if I already had it because I didn't care. Because you could get $1 books now. Certain ones are ridiculously expensive. Of course, those the handful that I don't have.
Wow, Giant Size Fantastic Four issue 4 is the first Jamie Madrox. Is he a mutant? Is he a goblin? You figure it out because it's twisted. Amazing Spider-Man 263, first appearance.
Well,
of
isn't he?
Normie
Is he the
Osborn.
one that they were talking about? Remember in Hunt for or Return of Wolverine, or was it Hunt for Wolverine? One of the stories was the Adamantium Agenda, where they were trying to destroy Sinister's basically his what's the word I'm looking for? His DNA bank.
Yes.
And then going through it, I can't remember if it was Spider-Man or Iron Man came across something and they're like, hey, one of the X-Men is not actually a mutant.
Yeah.
And they never went back to it. They never said who it was. Like, it was one of those things, it was like in issue 4 or 5 of that 5-issue run. And it was like, oh, okay, they're going to do this down the road. And they've still never told you who
it might have been Madrox. Because for a
but
while.
you would think they would at least let you know or confirm it at some point.
Avengers,
Especially since I think that the X-Men story rebooted right after that, right?
yeah.
With him, no less. Remember, he was the catalyst that things kind of going sideways in the first couple issues.
Very much so. Oh my God, I love it. They're like, what are you doing? Leave me alone. How many of you are scientists? Shut up. Second appearance. All right, Avengers 24, second appearance of Ravonna Renslayer. Who is that?
I have no idea.
Let's find out why we should care. Oh, it's her from the Time Institute.
Oh, okay.
Got it. Or not the Time Institute. You know what I mean.
Yeah. The time. Yeah, I know what you're talking about from the show.
Yes. Oh man, that caught me off guard. Doctor Strange Damnation, number 2. First team appearance of the Reformed Midnight Suns. Got it.
Elsa Bloodstone.
Elsa Bloodstone. Dr. Voodoo. Man Thing, yeah. All right, Silver Surfer number 9. Fourth appearance of Mephisto, who of course is a main villain right now in Avengers Assembled. And Captain America 290, I don't even have to click on it. This is the first appearance of Mother Knight. And then I think we've gone too far with the top keys. And let's see, they are supposed to have what's coming out this week, right? New releases for this week. Is this where? See, this is not where Sam normally does the new releases, right?
No, it's not. This is the one. Remember, they broke it down by publisher, and some of them got missed, but it's fine.
You know what? I'm just gonna have to roll with it because I can't remember what the other one is.
Yeah, right.
All right, Batman One Bad Day, Catwoman with 5 variants.
I always use Previews World, but Previews World doesn't show the DC books because of whatever. So I have to use 2 websites. I do Previews World and then I do DC afterward.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. This variant is already being listed at $48. It's the 1 in 25.
Is that an art germ? Oh, Jessica Fong. I don't know who that is.
Well, apparently people are liking it.
Hmm.
All right, but no, Batman and Robin already came out. What are we looking at?
Last week, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, because look at it's week of December 21st.
Yeah, they should be up to date. I guess the holiday has some slowed down.
Yeah, go to Previews World.
All right.
The only thing is it shows you every single cover, which isn't necessarily a problem. Yeah, and then you gotta new releases. I think it should show you this week. Yeah.
All right.
But
20th Century Men.
You gotta click view all on each publisher, else it'll show you. Yeah. There you go.
20th Century Men, number 6. I'm sorry, number 5 of 6.
Yep.
Creepshow number 2 of 5.
No.
Creepshow number 4 of 5? Oh, second print for number 2.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Flawed.
Image 30th anniversary. Flawed number 4 of 6. Image 30th anniversary. Anthology.
Yep.
9 of 12. Philadelphia number 26.
You're not gonna do the accent?
Dude, there's so many covers. I've got to like King Spawn number 18, Lovesick number 3, Manifest Destiny number 48, Plush number 2,
Yep.
Spawn Origins Deluxe Hardcover Volume 5, Book of Slaughter number 1.
See, yeah, you gotta see how it's collapsed.
Oh.
For each yeah, it sucks. For each publisher, you gotta open it up.
Raya number 2 of 4, second printing.
Did I buy it? Yeah, I bought that book.
Damn Them All number 3.
Yeah, and 2, second printing of number 2.
And second printing of number 2. Mighty Morphing Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 number 1. And it's many covers.
Yep.
Many covers.
That gatefold cover is weird though. Scroll back up. That one, look at that. What is this one? The one next to it's fourth from the end.
Oh,
no, next one. Yeah, that one. Is that a wraparound or just?
It's a wraparound. So it's a wraparound.
Why would you not use the whole cover?
Yeah, but no, these are you buy the individual ones and then you can get the wraparound, just like X-Men number 1.
Right on.
Except they're fighting in the reverse. Notice the villains are over here and they're coming towards them, right to left, and the X-Men it's left to right.
Right.
Ay. Once Upon a Future Time at End of the World number 2, and of course the trade for volume 5. We Only Find Them When They're Dead number 15.
Yep. And then now the cover. Yep.
Dark Horse Comics. Double Walker trade paperback. Frankenstein New World number 4 of 4.
Nope.
It's Only Teenage Wasteland number 2 of 4. Quick Stops number 3 of 4. And Rhodey number 4 of 4. I don't know if I can do this. Maybe I can.
Yeah. Wait till you get to the bottom and just the generics.
I can't wait. All Out Avengers number 4. Amazing Spider-Man number 16. Captain America Symbol of Truth number 8. Captain Marvel by Kelly Sue Dominic Omnibus.
That hardback cover for that Captain America book is gorgeous. Look at that cover.
It's
the one dead middle. Looks like he's on a pedestal.
Yes, with the wings.
That is a gorgeous cover.
Carnage number 8. Dark Web X-Men number 2. Which, by the way, number 1 was very good. I love.
Yeah, I'm staying out of this.
I know you are, but I just want you to know, after reading the horrible trash,
that
that
Dark
was.
Crisis. I know.
Thank you. That this is refreshing, and I can really get with the villains. Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man, number 3 of 5.
That's Havoc too on that cover, right?
Yeah, this
Dark
is
Web.
Havoc. He was her Goblin Prince before, and it might be happening again.
Man, I like Havoc.
You don't like Havoc?
No, I do like Havoc.
Okay.
I think he's fun. I like his costume. Yeah, I like Havoc.
Deadpool number 1, second printing with a McCone variant. Defenders Epic Collection. Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise number 2.
I think there's like 4 covers for that.
Fantastic Four Heroes Return complete collection. Heroes Return. Is this what I think it is?
It's a trade or it's a hardcover.
Right, but is this the Heroes Return from like after? Yeah, I think it is. All right,
Yeah.
these.
They're not just reprinting old stuff, yeah.
Right, I know, but these I don't think this has been reprinted in forever.
Oh, is that right?
Right, because remember at one point while they're doing the Heroes Return, they cross over with some Wildstorm characters.
Right.
So I don't know if that's included here. I do know I haven't seen something related to Heroes Return reprinted in ages. So it is worth grabbing this if you are unfamiliar with the story, or even if you're familiar with the story and you are aware it hasn't been reprinted in forever. Ooh, a Marauders by Steve Orlando, trade paperback, volume 1. Midnight Suns, number 4 of 5.
It's another one where don't you get codes for the game on that too?
I don't know. But, it's actually been a fun book, so.
Right.
Like, at least I can say, hey, the book is good, whether you like codes or not.
Right.
Miles Morales, trade paperback, volume 8, Empire of the Spider. Miracle Man, Silver Age, number 3. Again, I have been completely unsure. Like, some of the Miracle Man stuff we've gotten has been brand new, and some of it is reprinting stuff that has not been reprinted.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I believe this is still under the reprinted stuff that has not been reprinted. And again, if you haven't read it and you didn't have access to the originals, definitely grab this. I'm grabbing it. They're good. I gotta like reinforce that. And like, I'm sure if they'd start doing something new with Miracle Man, eventually, I mean, this will help you be caught up.
It's odd too, when you see that, some of these when they reprint it, obviously they're in many cases, not many cases, but in some cases using, doing new covers. So it's just odd to see a Scotty Young with that old trade dress.
Yeah, it's funny because like this is some of the original art on this cover, like reconfigured. Right. But yeah, then we got a Scotty Young, or like when we got 2 Momokos that were very rare, with the original trade dress. It's pretty funny.
Yep. But
also a little bit exciting for collectors, but also, stop trying to, rake me over the coals for my dollar. Moon Knight number 18. And look, there's a Peach Momoko variant as well. Very exciting. Murder World Spider-Man number 1. New Mutants number 33. The official handbook of the Marvel Universe hardcover omnibus is available. Oh, both the 89 editions from 1989? Sure. Spider-Man Double Trouble, number 2. Predator Origin Years Omnibus, Volume 1. Facsimile of Savage She-Hulk, number 1. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, number 6. She-Hulk, number 9. She-Hulk, number 9 has a Momoko Marvel Universe variant.
Of course it does. That was not one of the ones that Sam told them to hold for him, though.
No, maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he's watching right now, completely unaware. I don't see any of our chats. I would love to know that somebody's watching. All right. I hope you're out there, Phil. Dr. Afra, number 27. Star Wars Han Solo Chewbacca
That
number
that Noto cover is awesome. I always get the Noto cover.
this one here.
Yeah. I got mistaken for Phil Noto at a con once.
That's fantastic.
I was like,
I feel like that was wrong, but that was fantastic.
I mean, I have a beard now, but I don't really think I had my beard at the time. I'm like, I guess we look a little bit alike, and I had my glasses on too. So I'm like, I guess we look a little bit alike.
Dude,
but I'm definitely taller than he is. Not that I'm giant, but I'm definitely taller.
I can tell the difference between the two of you very well.
Oh, absolutely. That's the funniest thing.
But right, to a stranger, perhaps.
Right.
All right. Marvel High Republic number 3. Star Wars High Republic Blade number 1. Star Wars Yoda number 2.
Yeah, it's a big Star Wars week.
Strange Academy Finals number 3.
Yep.
Can I maintain this accent? Let's find out with Thunderbolts number 5 of 5. Ooh, there's a trading card variant. I like that. Tiger Division number 1, second printing. I've been enjoying Tiger Division. Timeless number 1. As we know, there are the many variants. The Trials of X Volume 3, trade paperback. Venom number 14, which is a dark web crossover issue. X Lives and X Deaths of Wolverine, trade paperback, $50. Exterminators, which is excellent, number 4. Extreme
$50 it sounds like a lot, but that's really 10 issues.
Yes.
So that's actually not that bad.
Oh, the X Lives and X Deaths of Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yes. X-Men Extreme X-Men number 2 of 5. I don't know who cares, but look, there's a Storm Peach Momoko variant.
Mm-hmm.
Time for Dynamite. It's 007 number 5.
I always get that book.
And is there anything else? Oh, look, Diamond Select.
Yeah, if you go down here, this is where you get all the generics.
Look at that Storm animated Ash at beautiful Storm.
That Cad Bane 1/6 is pretty sweet.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, I spent $120 for it, but I like it.
A Guardian 3 of 3. Algorithmic Reality graphic novel. Alien Gauge number 3. Alley-Oop and 7 Cities of Gold trade paperback. Alpha Betas number 3. Archie's Laugh Comics trade paperback. August Purgatory Underground number 4. Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon graphic novel number 1. Beak and Alley graphic novel 4. Beauty and Beast of Paradise Lost graphic novel number 5. Becoming Frankenstein number 5. Berserk of Gluttony volume 7. Bill and Ted's Excellent Holiday Spectacular one-shot.
I feel like that I should get, but
Perhaps you should. Blink number 5 of 5. Blood on Tracks graphic novel volume 12. Bloodshot Unleashed number 4. Blueberry and Pancakes graphic novel 5. Big Time Trouble. Category 0 Conflict number 1. Cave Woman Badlands one shot.
No, I'm good.
Ay. CIA.
There's 3 covers for that too. That's the wild part.
Well, and each one, the bazungas are bigger than the last.
Of course.
CIH presents 3-wheeler annual one shot.
Yeah.
The complete Creepax hardcover volume 1, Dracula and Frankenstein. They don't even show us the cover.
Of course not.
Country Without Humans graphic novel volume 3. Cover of Darkness collected edition trade paperback. Cursed Princess Club graphic novel volume 1.
And the
hardcover edition available as well. Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Club graphic novel volume 1 roll call. Dancing Vampire Bund Age of Scarlet Order volume 7. Dead Kingdom number 3. Dynamic Forces Amazing Spider-Man number 6. Amazing Fantasy number 6 homage version cover, $50. What are we doing, folks?
Yeah, all these Dark Dynamic Forces ones are expensive.
Dynamic Forces.
I think they're all signed though, right? Isn't that what Dynamic Forces is one of the biggest deals with it? Like you can get that book, but I think they're always signed. I think that's what you're paying for. and they usually come with a COA, but you obviously you can't give that to
but this
BGC
one-
if you.
This is graded 9.6 or higher, $99, and you get
That's actually not a bad price.
no.
'Cause it's
This
gonna
is
cost
very
you $60 to get it graded in and of
Yeah.
itself, and you're guaranteeing that you're getting a good copy.
absolutely.
That's actually not a bad price.
This is kind of insane, but I get it.
I'm not getting it, but you know.
Of course, you had to order this. You had to order this in October in order to have it now.
You could probably order it now, but you're not going to get it for 3 or 4 months.
Oh, you may not get it at all. Well, we'll find out if Anthony suddenly has Crypt of Shadows hanging out.
Here you go.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Dynamic
there's a bunch of them
Forces.
in here.
Dynamic Forces. Edge of Spider-Verse #4
That's not
with the Spider Princess.
Yo, her face is banged up in that thing.
Who did this cover?
That's a peach.
Wow. Wow. Dynamic Forces Gunslinger Spawn #7. Dynamic Forces Moon Knight Angle #1 graded. Remember we debated this, and here you could get graded for $99.
Yeah.
Interesting. The Dynamic Forces Year-End Celebration Pack.
What is that? For what book?
This limited set includes 1 limited edition signed comic, 1 limited edition retailer exclusive, 1 remarkable.
Oh, so this is a grab bag.
It's a grab bag, a $199 special package at $120.23. Happy New Year, everyone!
Nah.
Dynamic Forces Mandalorian #1, Virgin cover, $60, blah, blah, blah. Strange Tales 178, signed by Starlin, $400. Strange Tales 179, signed by Starlin, $600. Divide #1, cover A, $7. Door to Door, Nights by Night. Oh, we talked about this.
Yeah, I have the first. I haven't read it yet, but I have them.
Dragon Whisperer, Search for Obsidian, with the very uninteresting price of $3.95. Duel #4 of 10. Eden Zero graphic novel, volume 20. Entangled You with Garden of 100 Grasses. Exciting Comics #28.
That is the most generic sounding comic ever. Exciting Comics. That's like stuff happens in this book comics.
Fantagraphics Underground in his time early Hemingway. Fearless Dawn #3 of 4. Fist of the North Star hardcover volume 7. Flesh-eating cheerleaders from outer space. Forever Forward #4 of 5. We like this book.
I don't think I read that.
Well, I like it. I've been getting it. Frank Frazetta, Death Dealer cover gallery #1. Gigant graphic novel volume 10. Gold Digger #295. Gun Honey Blood for Blood 4 of 4. Halloween #3 of 3. Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter graphic novel volume 7. History Comics Rosa Parks and Claudette Colvin. Yes! Yes! Finally!
$13.
Do you know that this is, do you know why I feel this is important? I was in my 30s when I discovered who Claudette Colvin was. She was a pregnant young teen who refused to give up her seat on the bus. And she went to NAACP meetings. She met Rosa Parks. The NAACP did not want this young woman or the 5 other women who went with her to court. They didn't feel she was relatable enough. And they asked Rosa Parks to start the bus boycott movement. And although that's very nice and I get it and well-intentioned, it goes against everything I understood about the history of what went on. So yes, what happened was terrible. And yes, history, the right side of history won. And it's lovely that we remember Rosa Parks, but we need to remember Claudette Colvin. And if you look her up on Wikipedia, it actually shows the other women in her case at the time that I watched Drunk History and heard of her. The other 5 women weren't even listed on Wikipedia. It took this many years for us to go back and correct history so that people can know the real truth, because as usual, even under the worst circumstances, we had to change things to gain acceptance in the mainstream media rather than fight using just simply the truth. And it was the truth. It's just the fact that it's a manipulated truth that, anyhow, great. You should all go out and get this, support it, and if nothing else, Google Claudette Colvin, watch that episode of Drunk History, do it. Hey, I can read comics, graphic novel, My Little Pony, Sister Switch. I was reincarnated as a 7th Prince, graphic novel, volume 3. Impossible Jones, Naughty or Nice, number 1. Jungle Comics, number 10. Librarian of Auschwitz.
No, I'm good.
Novel.
That's going to be depressing.
Yeah. I mean, inspired by the true story of Holocaust survivor Dita Kraus. I mean,
it's an important story. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, no, I'm eventually I will pick this up in the same vein that I'm going to pick up the Claudette Colvin, right? It's just, but you're right, it's true. You can't just be picking up books full of trauma. Like, I can't wait to read this week. Right. It's like, no,
I read comics in many times for escapism. I don't need
right. It's like
dour, sad stories.
But
she's a survivor, so at least that, I guess, it ends fairly good.
Well, right. At least she gets to tell her story, right? But then, it's everybody else. All right, back on track. Magical Angel Creamy Mammy Spoiled Princess Volume 4. Mason Ikoku Collector's Edition Volume 10. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Manga Z number 5. Mortimer Lazy Bird number 1. My Bad Volume 2, number 2 of 5. Mystery Brothers number 4. Ninja High School 185. Now Let Me Fly, Portrait of Eugene Bullard, graphic novel. Officer Clawsome, graphic novel volume 1. Other Side Picnic volume 3. Pencilmation Graphite novel. Pink Lemonade number 4.
Yep.
Planet Comics number 12. Reborn as a Barrier Master, graphic novel volume 3. Red Winter Fallout number 1 of 4.
That one, I read the synopsis. It sounds interesting, but I still don't think I'm going to get it.
Sacrament number 5 of 5. Saga of a Doomed Universe number 2 of 3.
And it's 15 covers.
I know, including this Marvel-based variant.
Yep.
Salani Yellow Paths of the Shade. Santa versus Zombies hardcover. Shangri-La Frontier graphic novel volume 3. She Bites number 3. She Professed Herself Pupil of a Wise Man graphic novel volume 7.
She's hopeless.
She's Hopeless is not here, unfortunately. Shriek number 2. Sorry for My Familiar, graphic novel volume 10. Sparks of Chaos, number 3 of 3.
That, now that would be a funny little story, right? If you've been watching We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
Is if they did a story with Nandor, who was going around to everyone's, door to door apologizing for Guillermo.
Yes. I am so sorry for my familiar. He is, I don't know. He is subhuman. That's not fair, Master. No. He had no business doing this. All right. Stabbity Bunny, number 12. Stan Lee, Chakra, the Invincible 100th birthday special. Wow. To celebrate the centenary 100 years of the legend himself, we are reprinting for the first time the original short story by Stan Lee of his superhero Chakra, the Invincible. This special edition also features all new special short story by Chakra co-creator Sherard de Vargeron, and longtime series writer Ashwin Pandey, in which Stan Lee meets his creation and joins Chakra on an exciting new adventure. There are quite the Stan Lee tributes this month.
Well, when you turn 100,
Yeah, the 100th birthday. Super Suckers #4. Survival in Another World Without My Mistress. I'm sorry, Survival in Another World with My Mistress. Graphic novel, volume 3. Tarot Witch of the Black Rose, #137. Thus Spoke Rohan Kishib, graphic novel, volume 2. Toradora, graphic novel, volume 10. 2 of them are pretty much like this, graphic novel, volume 2. Unwanted, #2. Wall Party, #106. West of Sundown, #7. What Did You Eat Yesterday? Graphic novel, volume 19. World War III, Raid on Tokyo, #1. Year Zero, volume 0, #3 of 5. Yuna and Haunted Hot Springs, graphic novel, volume 22.
Yeah, I don't know.
Guys, do I do these books?
No, those are actual books at that
magazines.
Point, yeah.
I'm not going to do the magazines, right?
No, I wouldn't.
Skip the apparel, skip the toys. Look at all these cool toys, games. Oh, Hero Quest, Mage of the Mirror, Pack Quest. Nice. All right. And that, okay, is not how we normally do it, but we're done.
Yeah.
God help us. All right. So, some of us will be in the shop tomorrow. Some of us will be in the shop Wednesday, and we'll just see how that goes. Obviously, we don't have Sam doing the recording, so we may not get to do an official new comic book stars. Oh, look, Joey Masters came in and said hello.
Joey. Gonna buy something decent this week, Joey? You still buying that crap you always get?
Yeah, right? He loves his crap. Let's see. Can I do? Oh, look at that. Oh, that was from the Council Comics. There we go. Oh God, no, Joey, no.
Joey,
we love seeing you, even if I answered you in the wrong freaking thing. Hilarious. There we go. All right. So I guess that's it from the Council of Comics. Oh my Lord, help me. Thank you for joining us this week.
Absolutely, yeah. We're keeping it above ground.
We did. I think we did pretty good for all things considered. All right. Thank you for joining us. Pick up your new comics this week. Support your local comic book shops. We'll be back next week after my birthday. And next year. That's right. Unless I do a live feed on Wednesday. We'll see how that works.
Right on.
Where I'm like just sitting at the store like, look, we're here with comics. And I may do, if I have time, I will try to do my best and worst from 2022 because I really want to talk about Dark Crisis.
Yet again.
It's funny. I'm so proud because there's a reviewer I follow and I love him very much. And he's such a very succinct and thoughtful and kind person. And he finished Dark Crisis 7 and he was like, this is awful. It was full of great ideas that did nothing and meant nothing and it
will be not consequential in about 2 weeks.
Right. And he was just it just was so bad. And I'm screaming in his comment section, it doesn't deserve on Infinite Earths attached to this. And he's like, I guess not. All right. So from the Council of Comics, Sam, who's on vacation, me, Cliff, and Y, Green Shirt Guy. Happy holidays. Have an amazing new year. And we'll see you next week. Take care. Peace.